This is a Fox News alert. We are getting an exclusive firsthand look at the latest Trump administration deportation flight from El Paso, Texas to Ecuador.
A total of 80 migrants shipped out on the U.S. aboard a military plane.
That one right there. And we're also taking a closer look at the career criminals arrested during the first day of ICE raids right here in New York City.
I mean, this is just incredible stuff. We have team coverage for you. Alexis McAdams is live in New York City. But first, we go to Brooke Taylor, who is in El Paso, Texas. Brooke, what can you tell us about these flights?
Well, first off, we got an exclusive look inside of this plane and exactly how this operation works. You have the military and Border Patrol. They are working together, showing really this massive show of force.
Any regrets coming into the United States illegally?
Shackled one by one, Fox gets an exclusive look as dozens of illegal migrants are escorted onto the C-17 military plane headed back to Ecuador.
Don't come to the United States illegally. If you do come to the United States illegally, you will be removed.
43 females and 37 males packed onto the plane, including some family units. These are illegal migrants from Ecuador who broke the law when they crossed illegally into the U.S. Border Patrol says they were already in custody, either found between ports of entry checkpoints, smuggling operations, or stash houses. While expedited removals aren't new, using military aircraft is.
This is the second largest plane the Air Force has. It's going to fit 80 of these illegal migrants. Border Patrol says the message is if you come into the United States illegally, you will be sent back to your home country.
It's all part of President Trump's plan to utilize military resources and crack down on illegal immigration.
To be able to have people back in their home countries within 7 hours, a range of a plane like this, 2,700 miles, that puts you pretty much anywhere in Venezuela, Colombia, Ecuador, and anywhere in between.
And the flight crew told me that this was the same flight crew that brought that group of illegal migrants over the weekend to Colombia. The Colombia government initially turned that plane around. You know what happens next. President Trump stepped in, threatened tariffs, and the government backed down right away. So they're hoping that is going to send a really strong message to any other country that decides not to cooperate and accept these planes with their own citizens inside, guys.
Hey, so Brooke, I got a question for you. There's a story in our packet today about how down in Florida, 2 vans were being driven that had, I think, 24 Chinese nationals in it. They had been smuggled into the country, apparently. China will not take back their people. Obviously, Ecuador does, and that's why that flight
El Salvador,
just went there. What other countries have already said, have they either said no, don't send them, or yes, we'll take them?
We know that a flight went to Guatemala and now Ecuador, and the authorities took them. And again, that flight that I mentioned to Colombia that denied these illegal migrants, this was the perfect example, right? You have them denying their own citizens, not taking them in. President Trump immediately taking action, saying, okay, if you're not going to listen to me, then watch what happens. And this is the perfect example they want to show countries who don't cooperate. You don't listen to us. Us will watch what happens next.
Wow.
Right.
Great reporting, Brooke.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
So the bigger question is Venezuela, Cuba,
China.
And China, those people that don't take it. And they're talking about Sudan. So some of those other governments said, yeah, we'll pay it, take them. And they'll say, good, we'll put them in our prison if you're going to pay me to do it. So now if you want to cross and get into America, all right, you're going to cross illegally, you might end up in Sudan.
What about Gitmo?
Talk about that, yeah.
We got a lot of room in Gitmo.
Or why not fly them to another country, and then that country flies them into China?
Which is going to be a part of the bigger story. We're going to be talking to DHS Secretary about that later on in the program. Meantime, on the street of our cities, DHS takes several career criminals into custody doing ICE raids.
Yeah, this has been really successful. Alexis McAdams is in New York City right now. Alexis.
Hey, Brian, yeah, so this happened pretty quickly, and not only did they have a multi-agency effort on the ground right here in the Big Apple all throughout the middle of the night last night leading to those arrests, they also had the DHS secretary herself out here, Kristi Noem, telling us that she was going to go one by one on those raids and watch who was taken out, saying they were targeting violent migrant criminals. She says she asked President Trump for this job because she knows how important it is. Watch.
The community is safer now. That's the reality of it. Everybody who has been concerned about walking their children to school or spending and doing business in these communities now know that New York City is safer because these dangerous criminals are gone and they're no longer living in their community.
The DHS Secretary Kristi Noem on the ground this week in New York City as those teams hit the streets in the middle of the night. You can see those pictures there. That was out in the Bronx, you guys. That was one of the top hot target areas, I'm told by crews, that they were targeting. It was a multi-agency effort aiming to remove violent criminals because they're not supposed to be here in the first place, the agency says. This comes as the New York City Mayor Eric Adams says he is in communication with DHS. His office saying this in part. Mayor Adams has made it clear that New York City is committed to working with our federal partners to fix our broken immigration system and focus on the small number of people who are entering our localities and committing violent crimes. One of the top targets in New York City was a Venezuelan migrant identified by DHS as Anderson Zambrano Pacheco. They were looking for this guy for months. Pacheco arrested on kidnapping, assault, and burglary charges. Sources telling me he's part of that South American gang we've been talking about, Tren de Aragua. He was in the Bronx hiding out and had a warrant out for his arrest in Colorado. Why? Because remember this viral takeover that happened out there in Aurora where the group of migrants was caught on camera armed with weapons breaking into those apartments. I'm told by sources that Pacheco was one of those migrants out there. Other busts too in Denver leading to drug and gang arrests. Listen.
Police search warrant! Policía, orden de registro! Police search warrant!
So the raids are ongoing. They're not just in Denver. They're not just in Philly, out in Chicago, you name it, not just in New York City. They're going one by one, trying to find these migrants who they say are dangerous. Back to you.
And Alexis, these are raids that are happening all across the country. And the administration has made it clear that they want at least 1,500 to 1,800 arrests every day, which would mean every one of the 25 field offices would have to make 75 arrests. ICE has got a very long list, and so all they got to do is go find them.
That's right. And here in New York City, I was asking some of the sources who are on the ground trying to get more. Remember those high-profile migrant crime cases that we've covered, right, for months here in New York City, like the migrants who beat those officers up in Times Square? Are they looking for them? Are they looking for some of those high-profile suspects? Only time will tell.
Right. Thank you so much, Alexis.
Right.
If you look at some of the people that were arrested yesterday in New York City, one was with Tren de Aragua. He was the leader, actually, 25 years old. He was one of the ones that was caught on camera in Aurora trying to break into that apartment. He was found by Homeland Security officers in an apartment building in the Bronx. And he has warrants out in Colorado for kidnapping, burglary, and menacing. The Dominican national that was also arrested, he was wanted for a double homicide. Beating his girlfriend to death was one of those murders. And she was a 25-year-old mother of two, according to the New York Post. They caught up with him in Upper Manhattan. They arrested two Mexican nationals. One was previously charged with 3 counts of rape and sexual assault, busted in the Bronx. The other one had been charged with attempted murder and caught in Queens.
And people are happy. They're happy that this is happening. And here's a headline from the New York Post today. New York City minority communities cheer ICE raids. They're rounded up violent criminals. Get them the hell off the street. That's Evelyn Brown. She said, get them the hell out of the street so people don't have to walk in fear. Take the damn bad ones away.
Is she the 80-year-old lady?
Right, yeah, that's the 80-year-old lady. And keep in mind, too, they're opening up another shelter in the Bronx. Why? Because they closed the one at Randall's Island that never should have been open, which is, think about this, 12 to 15 fields that kids in the city, there's a finite amount of fields. They just took it up. So they got rid of that, but they have to open up another one. When they started protesting, the city told them, that doesn't matter. We've already done it. So this is the thing that's going to end now. They're going to have somebody in Washington that feels their pain, understands the price, and is going to start grabbing these criminals away. The ripple effect is the border is slowed to a trickle.
Well, they're celebrating because the people that are being victimized is the minority and the poor communities. Mm-hmm. Martha's Vineyard didn't want to accept them. The rich neighborhood, they don't bring the migrants to the rich neighborhood. They reject them. They put them in the poor neighborhood, so they've been victimized on a day-to-day basis. So, of course, they want the criminals out of their community.
And that's what they're doing. And they've made it very clear. And although with that flight we just saw, we did see some women involved. We don't know whether they have a criminal history as well. We're going to talk to Kristi Noem, who is the brand new Department of Homeland Security Secretary. She's got a big announcement you will only hear here on Fox coming up the next half hour.
And keep in mind, too, there are people that are getting scooped up when they're not targeted. It's because they're with illegal aliens who have a criminal past, and then they'll say, listen, where's your ID? Oh, you don't belong here either? we're going to go examine you and put your case in court. So that's what a lot of people are saying, that you're grabbing everyone. He's not grabbing everyone. They're targeted.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.